Just what money is one of the hardest things to understand in economics, and almost no one, it seems, does. When I ask people what money is, they usually show me a banknote, maybe a few coins, and say, well, that's what money is. I know exactly what it is. Why are you asking me such a stupid question? And the answer is, that's not the answer to the question. Because that might be what a tiny part of the total money supply of the UK looks like, but all money is in fact something entirely different from notes and coins. All money is debt. Debt is what it represents, and without debt, it has no value. Now, that's quite a big claim to make, not least because that shatters your illusion that a 5 quid note has any value, except for the fact that a 5 quid note has got value, because the £5 note records the fact that the government owes you money. How do I know that it records the fact that the government owes you money? Because it says on it, I promise to pay the bearer on demand the sum of £5. In other words, it even declares the fact that it's debt right in the plain words that you could read any day if you wished, and yet almost nobody ever has. So what does this mean, that money is debt? Look, the government creates money by spending it into the economy. It did that originally with gold coins and then with notes, and now it does it electronically, of course. We accept the government's promise to pay. Why do we accept the government's promise to pay? Because we know that the government is the only person with the legal authority to create new money in the UK without being on the wrong side of a prison wall. So we accept that whatever promise they make to us expressed in money, however they care to represent it, notes, coins, or payments through a bank account, it's good for the value that they say it is. And as a result, the money that they create, which represents a promise to pay us, is what we use as money. But how do we stop having the most enormous amount of money in circulation in the economy? It's really simple. The government has to control the amount of money supply that we have, because otherwise we'd have inflation, and it does it through taxation. Taxation has not ever, since the current history of money was created, funded government spending. Government spending has always been funded by the issue of new money. But the taxation reclaims that money from those people it was paid to, so that the government can actually stop inflation running, and in the days when money was actually of value in itself because it was made of gold, to bring it back to the government so it could reissue it. But now we don't reissue money. We don't at all. Every single element of debt is separate, and it's recorded in a bank account. And the bank account is how we know that debt exists. Because when you have a bank account, you have no money in the bank, nor do they have money with you, which is a rather interesting idea if you have an overdraft. What you have is a balance on a bank statement, and that's a statement of debt from the bank to you or from you to the bank, just as if you had an account with the government, they could record a balance with you, except they only let about 300 people have accounts with the Bank of England. The point is, all money is debt. There's nothing else to it. And if you think you've got money in the bank, I'm sorry to tell you, you're completely deluded. There's no pile of cash, no stack of notes, nothing else, including a pile of gold, that represents what they owe you. They've simply promised to pay you. And that's all that there is to every single pound that you've ever used in your life.